What did you draw?
That's why you didn't say anything.
Welcome to Street Talk, a forum to connect Canadians with street youth issues, globally. In the spring of 2010, Asha daCosta, a senior program manager of Street Kids International, visited the project, setting up for success in the Republic of Nepal in South Asia. Run locally by Sathsath, in partnership with Street Kids International, the program focuses on combating the exploitation of street children in the low-lying Terai region of Nepal, using business and finance training as a base for youth self-reliance. The project promotes youth entrepreneurship and personal financial responsibility to address poverty and gender issues, while enhancing the capacity of youth-serving organizations through training. Nepal. Situated between China and Tibet to the north and India to the south, historically, its strategic location placed this landlocked country in the middle of the geopolitical action, serving a central role in trade between its powerful neighbors. Nepal is a country of staggering diversity, from its dramatic geography to its complex social and cultural makeup. Here, dozens of languages are spoken throughout the country, and though Hinduism is the primary religion, beliefs often weave together aspects of Buddhism and animism. Many of the world's great architectural wonders can also be found here. Though statistics do not tell the whole story, they can help reveal the living circumstances faced by Nepal's 29 million citizens. According to UNICEF, infant mortality under 5 years of age was 51 per 100,000 in 2008, a marked improvement in the last 20 years. As a point of comparison, however, Canada's infant mortality rate was much lower, at 6 deaths per 100,000. Agriculture employs 75% of the workforce in Nepal. The official unemployment rate, however, hovers around 50%, leaving over half the population living below the poverty line. UNICEF statistics also reveal that nearly 1/3 of young people in Nepal, aged 5 to 14 years old, are involved in some form of labor out of necessity to generate an income. Such realities underline the importance of teaching youth the value of entrepreneurship to help transform their circumstances. Organizations like Sathsath, in partnership with Street Kids International, have been working hard to provide at-risk children with the tools to improve their quality of life. Through programs, including those developed in partnership with Street Kids International, Sathsath provides street children with opportunities to improve their lives through skill development, housing, promoting knowledge of youth rights, and social reintegration.
In our organization, especially with the Sathsath, that the peer educators are always from the street background, as the street youths who have spent street life, and then they've been in the process of social reintegration. So we give first priority to them. Our approach basically is outreach-based program focused on the field areas where the street children live. Initially is not just to give any program, but to build a rapport and trust building. We will never bring children to the center. Then we ask children, if you are interested, come to the center. But in the street life, normally it is kind of a day-to-day living, and they want to involve in activities which generate money, and as normally it will be kind of a job or on-the-job training. What we do is that if the children says that I want to learn certain kind of a skill, like carpentry, electricians, metal fabrication, what we do is that show the equipments like carpentry to the children. These are the equipments. If you want to be a carpenter, need to master it, and then we bring a carpenter to the center, and then so that how the carpenter is using those tools, and then how this carpenter is earning his life from the working as a carpenter, and then slowly if the child shows the interest on the carpentry, then I will send that youth as apprentices, as an on-the-job trainer. If the child shows kind of a consistent interest in the trade, then we'll send him in a halfway house with 3 to 4, 5 street youths living together, and then cooking their own food, cleaning their own rooms, and then making a friendship with neighbors. That's how we do it. And initially, what we from that our objective is to teach them how to live in a society, in a society, and how to cope with the normal social norms. And then once they start earning, then slowly we start reducing the support. Initially we support 100%, like from setting up rooms and then food and everything. Once the youth started getting income, then we slowly, it's like we start reducing the our support. It might take 1 year to 1.5 years for the whole cycle, and then to leave that the youth independently on their own. Another socialization process is the street theater. Normally what we do is that within the street theater we bring street children and the school children together at one place and do a workshop, and then they then perform in the street as a street theater with a certain child messages. The reason that we mix the street children and the school children is normally is street children is looked down by society all the time, and objective is to reduce the stigmatization of the street children, and to teach mainstream society that these children are on the street because they don't want to, they want to be, but they are on the street because they are forced to live the life like that. That's why it is the responsibility of country, is the responsibility of the mainstream society. These children are forced to live on the street. That's why we bring school children and street children so that they can interact with each other, they can learn each other. That's how that social integration of the street children starts.
We take the opportunity to sit down with some of the youths involved in the program to better understand their life experiences. Namaste to all the street kids in Canada. Before starting my candle business with Sathsath, I collected scrap metal. This would give me enough to eat for the day. People often left their scraps out at night, so we'd collect at night and sleep on the streets when we were finished. Most kids are discriminated against by society, as well as by the authorities. If there's ever a problem, the police come to us to find out if we were the ones responsible. They don't come to Sathsath or our homes. They take us to the police station and then beat us to find out if we're telling the truth. Years ago, my brother was given away to foreigners for adoption by some people. I know who did it, but they won't say where my brother is. If my brother doesn't know where he comes from, and that he even has a brother, then he'll never come back. I'm very happy Sathsath has gotten me off the street, and that I've been able to start my business and continue my studies. The kids still on the streets are very unfortunate. Programs like Sathsath are important for our lives and our futures.